We live in a world where a handful of companies hold extraordinary amounts of power. These companies operate behind the scenes, pulling strings that influence everything from the prices you pay to the policies your leaders follow. But who are these mysterious entities, and how do they exert their influence? Buckle up as we unravel the secrets of 10 companies that secretly control the world. Number 10. Royal Dutch Shell. Royal Dutch Shell, one of the largest oil companies globally, has a deep history dating back over 100 years. This multinational corporation is not just involved in the exploration, production and marketing of oil and natural gas, but also has its fingers in many other pies. Shell owns and operates one of the most extensive refining and marketing systems in the world, processing crude oil into various petroleum products such as gasoline, diesel and jet fuel. These products power our transportation systems, industries and economies, making Shell a crucial player in the global energy market. The company's operations span across more than 70 countries, employing tens of thousands of people worldwide. But Shell's reach extends beyond the energy sector. It has significant investments in renewable energy sources like solar and wind, as well as in petrochemicals, which are used to make plastics and other synthetic materials. The company's vast size and global presence give it immense power, allowing it to influence government policies and consumer behavior in significant ways. For instance, Shell's lobbying efforts have shaped environmental regulations and energy policies in many countries. Additionally, the company's investments in diverse sectors enable it to capitalize on emerging trends and adapt to changing market conditions. However, Shell's dominance has also faced scrutiny, with environmental groups criticizing its role in climate change and its record on safety and human rights. Despite these challenges, Shell remains a formidable force in the global economy, quietly shaping the world around us. 9. Vanguard Group. The Vanguard Group is a company that has been quietly amassing huge amounts of wealth and power over the years. As of March 2023, Vanguard manages approximately $8.1 trillion in assets, which means that it has a significant stake in almost every major corporation in the United States. This level of control gives the company unprecedented influence over the direction of our economy and financial markets. One of the most fascinating things about the Vanguard Group is its unique structure. Unlike other investment companies, Vanguard is owned by the funds that it manages. This means that the company's clients are its shareholders and the people who benefit from its success. However, this structure also gives rise to concerns about transparency and accountability. Many people wonder who really controls the Vanguard Group and how its decisions are made. The answer: John Bogle, the founder and former CEO of the company. Although he stepped down from his position in 2018, he still owns a significant amount of shares in Vanguard and continues to have a say in the company's operations. Bogle is known for his investment philosophy, which emphasizes long-term thinking, low costs, and diversification. He has been a strong advocate for index funds, which allow investors to own a small piece of many different companies at once. Bogle's approach has made him a lot of money, and he has shared his wisdom with the public through numerous books and articles. However, there are those who believe that the Vanguard Group's massive size and power give it too much control over our financial system. Some argue that the company's ability to buy up large stakes in banks and other financial institutions gives it the power to manipulate markets and influence government policy. Whether or not these claims are true, one thing is for sure: the Vanguard Group is a company that we should all be paying attention to. Its investment decisions can have a profound impact on our economy and financial markets, and it is important to understand how this company operates and who is really in control. Number 8. BlackRock. BlackRock is a company that needs no introduction. As one of the largest investment corporations in the world, it literally owns the global financial system. At the time of writing, BlackRock manages a staggering $10 trillion in assets and has a controlling interest in some of the biggest banks and pharmaceutical companies on the planet. For example, BlackRock is the single largest shareholder in JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo, two of the biggest banks in the US. With this kind of control, BlackRock can dictate which banks lend money to whom and for what, and ultimately decide who succeeds or fails in the financial markets. It's no surprise that BlackRock is often referred to as the company that owns the world. But what makes BlackRock so powerful? One of the key factors is its ownership of trillions of dollars worth of assets. This gives it the ability to buy up large stakes in companies and financial institutions, allowing it to exert significant influence over them. Additionally, BlackRock has a team of highly skilled and experienced professionals who are experts in finance and investment. These individuals possess the knowledge and expertise to make sound investment decisions that generate high returns for the company and its clients. However, despite its success, BlackRock has faced its fair share of criticism. Some argue that the company's massive size and power give it too much control over our financial system and economy. Others criticize its investment practices, claiming that BlackRock prioritizes profits over ethical considerations. Nevertheless, there is no denying that BlackRock is a company that we should all be aware of. Its decisions have far-reaching implications for the global economy, and it is essential to understand its role in shaping our financial world. Number 7. Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is a multinational conglomerate that was formed in 1965 by Warren Buffett, widely regarded as one of the most successful investors of all time. The company's name might not be as recognizable as some of its subsidiaries like Geico or Duracell, but its influence is no less significant. With a market capitalization of over $600 billion, Berkshire Hathaway is the 7th largest company in the United States and one of the most stable investments in the world. Berkshire Hathaway is structured differently than most companies. Instead of focusing on a single industry or product, it owns a diverse portfolio of businesses across various sectors. This includes insurance, railroads, utilities, manufacturing, retail, and more. The company's revenue is derived from a wide range of sources, providing it with a diversified income stream that is relatively stable regardless of economic conditions. Berkshire Hathaway's success can be attributed to several factors, including its strong leadership, disciplined investment approach, and willingness to hold on to investments for the long term. The company has a reputation for identifying undervalued businesses with strong fundamentals and allowing them to operate autonomously, while providing guidance and support when needed. Additionally, Berkshire Hathaway's vast resources enable it to make strategic acquisitions that complement its existing businesses and expand its market presence. However, it's worth noting that Berkshire Hathaway's size and influence have also attracted criticism. Some argue that the company's dominant position in certain industries stifles competition and limits consumer choice. Additionally, Berkshire Hathaway's investment decisions are closely scrutinized, as they can significantly impact the stock market and the economy as a whole. Nonetheless, Berkshire Hathaway's impressive track record and prudent management continue to make it one of the most respected and successful companies in the world. Number 6. State Street Corporation. The State Street Corporation is a company that many people may not be familiar with, but it has a significant impact on the financial markets and the global economy. Founded in 1909, State Street is a leading provider of financial services, including investment servicing, investment management, and trading. One of the most notable aspects of State Street is its ownership of a vast majority of the major banks and financial institutions in the United States. For example, State Street is the largest shareholder in Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and U.S. Bank, giving it considerable control over these financial giants. This level of influence allows State Street to shape the direction of the banking industry and the broader financial markets. State Street's expertise in risk management and compliance makes it a trusted partner for many financial institutions. It provides a range of services to help banks and other financial firms mitigate risk, comply with regulations, and enhance their overall operations. Additionally, State Street's advanced technology and data analytics capabilities enable it to provide innovative solutions that help clients improve efficiency and optimize their financial performance. However, State Street's size and influence have also attracted criticism. Some argue that the company's dominance in the financial markets gives it too much power and that its control over major banks and financial institutions poses a risk to the stability of the financial system. Despite these criticisms, State Street remains an influential player in the global economy, and its impact on the financial markets is undeniable. Number 5. J.P. Morgan Chase & Company. J.P. Morgan Chase is a multinational investment bank and financial services company that is deeply rooted in American history. Founded by the legendary banker J.P. Morgan in 1959, the company has grown to become one of the most powerful and influential financial institutions in the world. Today, J.P. Morgan is a behemoth with assets totaling nearly $3.5 trillion. It provides a wide range of financial services, including investment banking, retail banking, commercial banking, investment management, and more. One of the reasons why J.P. Morgan holds so much sway over the global economy is its massive size and financial strength. With billions of dollars in assets under management and a network that spans over 100 countries, J.P. Morgan has the resources and expertise to move markets and shape economies. Another factor contributing to J.P. Morgan's influence is its close ties to governments and regulatory bodies. As a trusted advisor to policymakers, J.P. Morgan provides valuable insights and expertise on a wide range of financial issues, giving it a significant say in the development and implementation of economic policies. This level of access and influence gives J.P. Morgan an unparalleled ability to shape the financial landscape to its advantage. However, J.P. Morgan's power and influence have also attracted criticism. Some argue that the company's close ties to governments and regulatory bodies give it an unfair advantage, and that its massive size poses a systemic risk to the financial system. Despite these concerns, J.P. Morgan remains one of the most powerful and influential companies in the world, quietly shaping the global economy behind the scenes. 4. UnitedHealth Group. UnitedHealth Group is a company that has been steadily growing its power and influence in the healthcare industry. Founded in 1977, UnitedHealth Group is now the largest health insurer in the United States, covering over 130 million people nationwide. The company also owns Optum, a health services provider that offers a wide range of services, including pharmacy care, behavioral health, and care delivery. One of the reasons for UnitedHealth Group's immense power is its sheer size. As the largest health insurer in the country, the company has a significant amount of leverage over the healthcare industry. It can negotiate favorable rates with providers and set the terms for coverage and reimbursement. This gives UnitedHealth Group considerable control over the cost and availability of healthcare services. Another reason for the company's power is its vast amount of data. As a health insurer, UnitedHealth Group collects a massive amount of information about its customers, including their medical history, prescriptions, and treatment options. The company uses this data to develop more targeted and cost-effective health plans and services. It also sells anonymized versions of the data to researchers and pharmaceutical companies, giving it even more leverage in the industry. However, UnitedHealth Group's power and influence have also attracted criticism. Some argue that the company's size and data collection practices give it too much control over the healthcare industry. There are concerns that UnitedHealth Group could use its power to limit access to care, raise prices, and control the types of treatments that are available to consumers. Despite these concerns, UnitedHealth Group remains a powerful force in the healthcare industry, and its influence is likely to continue to grow. 3. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is a multinational investment bank and financial services company that was founded in 1869. It is one of the most respected and influential financial institutions in the world and has played a key role in shaping the global economy. Goldman Sachs is known for its expertise in investment banking, where it advises and helps companies raise capital for mergers and acquisitions, as well as its prowess in trading, which involves buying and selling securities on behalf of its clients. One of the primary reasons for Goldman Sachs's significant influence is its size and financial strength. With assets totaling over $2 trillion, Goldman Sachs has the resources and expertise to make substantial investments and take on significant risks, which can impact markets and economies around the world. Goldman Sachs is also known for its close ties to governments and regulatory bodies, giving it access to important information and the ability to influence policy decisions. For example, Goldman Sachs has been heavily involved in the bailouts of financial institutions during times of crisis, such as the 2008 financial crisis. This level of access and influence gives Goldman Sachs a unique perspective and understanding of the global economy and allows it to position itself to take advantage of emerging opportunities. However, Goldman Sachs's power and influence have also attracted criticism. Some argue that the company's close ties to governments and regulatory bodies give it an unfair advantage, and that its involvement in the 2008 financial crisis demonstrated the dangers of giving a single financial institution too much power. Despite these concerns, Goldman Sachs remains one of the most powerful and influential companies in the world, and its decisions continue to have far-reaching implications for the global economy. Number 2. J.P. Morgan Chase & Company. J.P. Morgan is a multinational investment bank and financial services company that is deeply rooted in American history. It was formed in 2000 when J.P. Morgan & Co. merged with Chase Manhattan Corporation and has since grown to become one of the most powerful and influential financial institutions in the world. J.P. Morgan offers a wide range of financial services, including investment banking, retail banking, commercial banking, investment management, and more. J.P. Morgan is a key player in the global economy, with assets totaling nearly $3.5 trillion. The company's vast size and financial strength give it the ability to move markets and shape economies around the world. J.P. Morgan also has close ties to governments and regulatory bodies, giving it access to important information and the ability to influence policy decisions. This level of access and influence allows J.P. Morgan to position itself to take advantage of emerging opportunities and navigate complex regulatory environments. However, J.P. Morgan's size and influence have also attracted criticism. Some argue that the company's dominance in the financial markets gives it too much power, and that its involvement in the 2008 financial crisis demonstrated the dangers of giving a single financial institution too much power. Despite these concerns, J.P. Morgan remains one of the most powerful and influential companies in the world, and its decisions continue to have far-reaching implications for the global economy. 1. The Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, also known as the Fed, is a central bank that was created by Congress in 1913 to provide the United States with a safer, more stable and more prosperous financial system. The Fed is responsible for some of the most important functions in the U.S. economy, including setting monetary policy, supervising and regulating financial institutions, and providing financial services to the government and the banking industry. The Fed is not a typical company in the traditional sense, as it is a quasi-governmental entity owned by the U.S. government and operated independently of any political influence. However, the Fed's immense power and influence over the U.S. economy cannot be overstated. One of the Fed's key powers is its ability to control the supply of money and credit in the U.S. economy. By adjusting interest rates and reserve requirements, the Fed can influence how much money banks lend and how much consumers borrow, which in turn affects economic growth, inflation, and unemployment. Additionally, the Fed is responsible for regulating and supervising financial institutions within the U.S. This includes setting capital requirements, conducting stress tests, and monitoring financial stability. The Fed's regulatory powers ensure that financial institutions operate in a safe and sound manner, protecting consumers and the overall financial system from systemic risk. Furthermore, the Fed plays a vital role in providing financial services to the government and the banking industry. This includes acting as the government's banker, clearing checks and providing loans to banks in times of need. The Fed's role as a lender of last resort ensures that the banking system remains stable and resilient in times of crisis. However, the Fed's immense power and influence have also attracted criticism. Some argue that the Fed's control over monetary policy gives it too much power over the economy and that its regulatory powers are too broad and not sufficiently transparent. Despite these concerns, the Fed remains one of the most powerful entities in the world, and its decisions have far-reaching implications for the U.S. economy and the global financial system.